Hi everyone, welcome back to Pharmacology Classes by MSR. In this video, we are going to discuss about the composition and functions of blood. What is the composition of blood and what are the functions of blood? So I have already posted a video on body fluids in Unit 1. So present video, we are going to see about the functions and what is the composition of blood. So blood is a fluid connective tissue. It is a type of tissue which is fluid in nature, so it is a fluid connective tissue as it is connecting all the different parts of our body, and it contains plasma, blood cells and platelets. So what is the role of the blood? Blood is supplying oxygen to all the cells and tissues in our body. It is giving the nutrients required for the cells and tissues, and it is taking away the waste products or carbon dioxide from different cells and tissues. And it makes about 8% of our body weight. If a person is 100 kgs, 8 kgs of weight is because of the blood. And on an average, a person will have approximately 5 to 6 liters of the blood in the body. And the study which is related to the blood is called as hematology. Hem indicates blood. Ology, study. So hematology is study of blood. So moving on to the functions of the blood. It is a fluid connective tissue which provides the oxygen. It helps for the transportation of hormones and nutrients. It helps to maintain the homeostasis. It helps in the clotting process. It will transport the waste to the kidneys and liver, and also it protects our body against pathogens. So what are the functions of blood? As the first point, blood is a connective tissue. So it is a fluid connective tissue which has 55% of the plasma and 45% of the formed elements. Formed elements includes this WBC, RBC and platelets. So the living cells are suspended in the plasma. Blood is known as fluid connective tissue. And second function is it will supply oxygen to the cells. So blood absorbs the oxygen from the lungs and it will transport it to different cells in our body. In the same way, it will collect the waste carbon dioxide which moves from blood to the lungs when it is exhaled. And third function is transports the hormones and nutrients. Whatever the digested nutrients are there, like glucose, vitamins, minerals, proteins, they are absorbed into the blood through the capillaries, through the villi which are present in the small intestine. And the hormones which are secreted by the endocrine glands are also transported to different tissues by the help of blood. Blood also helps to maintain homeostasis, which maintains the internal body temperature because of the fluid balance. It absorbs the heat, so it helps to maintain the homeostasis. Next function is blood clotting at the site of injury. As the blood contains the platelets, it plays a major role for the clotting. The next function is transport of waste to the kidneys and liver. So whenever the blood enters into the kidneys, it is getting filtered, and whatever nitrogenous waste is there, that is being removed from the blood, and whatever toxins are there, that are removed by the liver. So both kidney and liver are helping for the purification process. The next function is protection of body against pathogens. In our body, we have our policemen of our body, which are WBC, the scavengers of our body. So WBC plays a major role in our immune system. They will fight against the infections. So blood helps for the protection of our body against pathogens. All these are the functions of blood. When the whole blood is taken and centrifuged, the plasma is separated out as a supernatant fluid, which is 55% in the blood, and the RBC cells are settled in the bottom, which is 45% of the blood, and the remaining WBC and platelets are present in between the plasma and the RBC, which are about 4% of the blood. So plasma 55%, RBC 41, WBC and platelets together forms 4%. So this is the composition of blood. In our body, our whole blood constitutes about 8% of the body weight. So this whole blood contains plasma and formed elements. Plasma is about 55% and formed elements of 45%. In this plasma, we have again proteins, water and other solutes. What are the various proteins present in the blood? Albumin, globulin, fibrinogen and other proteins are present in the plasma. Then other solutes includes the electrolytes, nutrients, gases, waste products, regulatory substances, etc. When coming to the formed elements, which includes WBC, RBC and platelets. So what is the normal range of these platelets, WBC and RBC? Red blood cells are present in 4.8 to 5.4 million cells, whereas white blood cells are 5,000 to 10,000, whereas platelets 1,50,000 to 4 lakhs. These WBC cells are again divided into neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils and basophils. So as we discussed, blood is containing plasma and formed elements. So 55% of plasma and 45% of formed elements. So in the plasma again it contains about 90% of water, 8% of proteins, in which includes the albumin, globulin and fibrinogen. Albumin helps to maintain the osmotic pressure, globulin for the antibody formation and fibrinogen which plays a major role in blood clotting. Apart from that, we have hormones, electrolyte, other nutrients, waste products, gases and ions in the plasma. Whereas formed elements includes the platelets which are also called as thrombocytes, RBC, red blood cells which are also called as erythrocytes, WBC which are white blood cells which are also termed as leukocytes. So these leukocytes are again subdivided into granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes include neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. Agranulocytes include the lymphocytes and monocytes. This is a composition of blood. So here are the various constituents present in the blood plasma along with their functions. As we have discussed, plasma is about 55% in our blood. It is pale yellow in color when it is separated and it consists of nutrients, salts, water and other enzymes. It consists of important proteins like albumin, globulin, glycoproteins, etc. So it is important when a person is having liver failure or life-threatening injuries, we will do the blood plasma transfusions. And it contains about 90 to 92% of water. Just now we have seen other solutes and proteins. It also contains nitrogenous waste like urea, uric acid, ammonia, etc. It also contains the gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen, other regulatory substances like enzymes, hormones, inorganic substances like bicarbonates, chlorides, phosphates, etc. Yes. The formed elements includes the RBC, WBC and platelets. So the first one are erythrocytes, which are also called as RBC, red blood cells or red blood corpuscles. So these erythrocytes, they are circular and biconcave cells which don't have the nucleus. They don't have any nucleus. When coming to the size, they are 7 micrometers in diameter and 2.5 micrometers in the thickness. In an young adult male, 5.1 to 5.8 million RBC cells are present per cubic mm, whereas in a females, 4.3 to 5.2 million cells per cubic mm. When coming to the lifespan, how many days a RBC cell can survive? The lifespan of RBC is 120 days. It consists of hemoglobin, a protein which is called as hemoglobin. So heme indicates the iron, globin part. So they are produced by the bone marrow. What is the role of this hemoglobin is it helps to carry the oxygen to the various body cells and carbon dioxide will be removed from various body cells. So it is giving oxygen and removing carbon dioxide from various cells of our body. The next formed element is leukocytes or WBC, white blood corpuscles or white blood cells. So they are colorless, that is the reason we call it as white blood cells. They have nucleus, they are amoeboid in shape, and they are the phagocyte cells. They are the policemen of our body, they are the scavenging cells of our body. So as we told, they are amoeboid movement or amoeboid shape. They can squeeze out from the blood capillaries. This particular process of squeezing out from the blood capillaries is called as diapedesis. They can escape from the blood capillaries. So this is called as diapedesis. When coming to the size, they are 8 to 15 micrometers in size. The average range is 5000 to 9000 WBCs per cubic mm. The lifespan, how many days a WBC cell can survive, is just 3 to 4 days. WBC cells, as I told, they are the policemen or scavenging cells of our body because they fight against the foreign pathogens like bacteria, virus, fungi that are entering into our body. So they will circulate throughout our body and they originate from the red bone marrow. So the WBC or leukocytes, they are divided into two types of cells, agranulocytes and granulocytes. Agranulocytes include the lymphocytes and monocytes, whereas granular, which contains the granules, they include the eosinophils, basophils and neutrophils. These are the different types of WBC cells. So this slide contains what are the different types of WBC cells, what is their structure and functions of granulocyte and agranulocyte cells. Platelets, which can also be termed as thrombocytes. They are the small fragments in our bone marrow. So they are very tiny disc-shaped cells which play a major role in the clotting process of our blood. Coming to the lifespan, how many days they can survive? That is 8 to 12 days. So what is the importance or functions of these platelets? They help in the vasoconstriction, decreasing the diameter of the blood vessels. They help to form the platelet plug in the blood clotting process. They will release the procoagulants. Coagulation is nothing but clotting. So before the coagulation happens, whatever required, the procoagulants are produced by these platelets. They help us to dissolve the blood clots. They will digest and destroy the bacteria. And they will also have a capacity to attract the neutrophils and monocytes at the site of injury or the inflammation. So whenever we have injury, the platelets will go to that particular site and it will attract the monocytes and neutrophils. And they play important role because they will help to secrete the growth factors. Because of these growth factors, the lining of the blood vessel is maintained properly. It is growing properly and maintained properly because the growth factor is being secreted by the platelets. All these are the functions of the platelets.